What the fuck? What? Woo!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, this is the show where we do band dude culture, and talk about pop culture and stuff. I didn't plan that out. Anyways,
Yeah, band pop.
I feel like
Band pop.
we're gonna start introducing with what we do on this channel, so then people that want to stick around for that can stick around for that, because we're kind of broad. We just do nerdy shit sometimes and music shit lots of the time, and do pop culture shit. Anyways, my name is Michael, aka Rickshaw, and you're nerding out with Rickshaw, and you're also nerding out with.
Hey guys, I'm Fuzz.
What's up, nerds? It's Rabbit.
And I am Toby.
And this week, a very, very popular thing happened. Lots of people, it's been blowing up all over the internet. Some people hate it, some people love it. But we finally got a new Linkin Park album. Fuzz, did you listen to that album? Fuzz, you listen to that album. I know if there's anybody that listens to it, it's probably Fuzz.
Like I said in the group text 2 times, there are 2 Linkin Park albums. That's it. That's all you got.
All right. Okay. All right. The 2 Linkin Park albums.
The third one is good because it was on Transformers. It was good.
Till now.
Like this one, I haven't checked it out because I'm kind of worried about checking it out because I just don't think it's gonna be a banger.
Okay.
Like fucking Linkin Park. Just saying. Singles were cool, the shows were cool, but I don't know if I can handle the record. That's just where I'm at right now.
Right. It's like if your brother, you haven't seen him in about 7 or 8 years, and he transitioned, and he's your sister now. So after those 7 or 8 years, you're going to be like, I don't know how to feel about that. He used to be my bro. He's still your bro. He's just your sis now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Was that a good analogy?
I don't know what you're saying. No.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going with this.
Yeah. Like your bro's still there somewhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. Deep down, you kick your feet up, fucking crack open a beer, fucking talk about football. But she's gonna also be like, look at the boots I wore today, to this football hangout. Anyways, yeah, bad analogy.
All right, wow. Cool. Yeah, here we go.
We did that.
Good try. It was a good try.
Hey, just off the top of the head. Sometimes you'll be missing, sometimes you'll be hitting. You know what I'm saying? So, I said I'll be bangers. I feel like that was a rimmer.
They can't all be bangers.
Right.
Oh,
but anyways,
how did you guys feel about it? I know y'all jammed it.
You could hit Rabbit first. Rabbit, what do you think?
On my first listen, we were like on a car ride to a show, and I may not have been in the best headspace, but because I really like the singles that came out, but I tried to avoid like listening to all the singles just because I wanted to wait till the album came out. Mm-hmm. And at first, I was like not super stoked on the album as a whole because I thought it was going to be like a return to form, like fucking Hybrid Theory, Meteora Days, Linkin Park, because that was their first single. That's what it really showed me, that they were going to be like old school Linkin Park. And then the new album wasn't quite as I don't know what I'm trying to say.
It had pieces.
Yeah, there was elements of that, but I felt like there was other elements of the newer albums, which I didn't really care for. But I gave it a second chance today at the gym, and honestly, I was banging my head most of the time. I didn't have to skip any tracks, which is a good sign. And it's growing on me. I think I need to give it a few more listens.
Right.
Just to let it sink in.
Toby, what'd you think?
So there was 4 singles. I looked it up earlier because I was like, how many of these were singles? Because, you're going through it and you're like, God damn it, that was a single too. Three of the singles I really liked. One, like Rabbit was saying, did have that Meteora Hybrid Theory vibe to it. And there was another song that wasn't a single that had a lot of that vibe in it. I'm gonna say Casualty. If you want something heavy for the album, like that is a heavy banger. Like I went back and listened to that one again. I've only listened to it once so far, but overall, I didn't mind it, and I can understand why a lot of people are gonna cry about like they should just change their name, because it does have a overall different vibe in some of the songs. But I liked it. I thought it was good.
It goes back to the thing though too, where like that different vibe. Did you listen to the last two records they put out? Because that different vibe was around for a while.
Was it?
Yeah,
See,
that's what I was gonna say too.
Well, see,
But it's like they picked vibes from each album, and we're like, we're gonna write this song to fit that vibe.
Okay.
That's kind of what it felt like to me, and that's still Linkin Park technically,
Right.
but it's not. Maybe not the Linkin Park we want to hear.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I liked it, but Mike's rapping is getting a little questionable,
bro.
See, here's okay. Let me give my assessment, and then we'll move on to this next thing.
Right.
Maybe there was just too much Mike. There was an overwhelming amount of Mike in some of the songs, and I know that's how it used to be too. I'm not like saying, but it just felt like,
but it wasn't.
It wasn't. Like, am I misremembering?
No, to me, I feel like there was a good balance of the two. I wonder if they wrote it that way this time because of get this new singer's name. Maybe
Emily.
Yeah,
Armstrong.
you're there to sing, but like
I
we're not
feel
going
like-
to give you the same part as Chester used to have. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't listened to it. So
I think they do a little of both. Like, because there's even like a full Emily song, and then there's like, heavy Mike Shinoda songs and stuff like that. So I feel like they hit every different, like just every idea you could come up with, like who's singing, more of you, like heavy song, old school song, new school song. I think they did all of it. And, it's the type of thing where like everyone that's going to hate it at this point, because like I think it's a good album, I can understand, but it's those nostalgia things where like you could go listen to it. You know what I mean? Like, don't be mad at them for wanting to continue. Just go listen to old Linkin Park. You know what I mean? Load it up. You know what I mean?
I think it's dumb that people get mad, like watching people yell at each other on the internet over, oh, this is bullshit, or oh, it's good. Fucking cares? Like you said, you have Spotify and Apple Music now. Go listen to old Linkin Park. It's still there.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you.
And
on
if you
that.
don't like it, don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, go listen to
Nobody's
something
forcing
else.
You to fucking listen to it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like,
Why are you
I don't-
crying about it?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm torn because I got to watch them come up and it was amazing. Like we all did. It's hard to see them not, without Chester. But at the same
Right.
time, I don't fault them for fucking moving on. I don't. That's what happens. Like, it's the issue. I don't
Yeah.
change your name, all that. Man, fuck all that. No. Nick
I don't know,
Shinoda
it's
was most of Linkin Park. He wrote 90%
Yeah,
of
exactly.
the stuff. So I don't
And that's
see
like
what
the-
the issue is.
That's the thing that like people that don't know, obviously I don't know them personally either, but like if you dig into these things, it's like Mike and Han, were like the main writers even back in the day. They recruit, Chester. There's even like songs from like their old EP where like all of the singing parts are done. It's just not Chester. And the melodies are all the same, but it's just not Chester. And then when they became Linkin Park, they recruit Chester, and those same songs that were in demo form are on the full length, and then they're replaced with Chester doing the same melodies that are already written, but with Chester's words. You know what I mean? So like whenever you're that main writer and it's like your band, it's your baby, and you're the one recruiting people from the ground up, and then that person chooses to end his life, you eventually would probably still want to continue doing music for your job, especially whenever like all of us know that is the pipe dream to make music and live off of it. You know what I mean? So even if we're just making
good.
rent,
live
like if we're
good off of
if,
it.
yeah, if people like us,
doing pretty well.
were writing music and putting it online, and we had a little thing going, and it paid us enough to pay rent, we'd be like, "Fuck no, I'm not giving this up." You know what I mean? Like,
Hell
so
no.
I could
Oh, man,
imagine.
I'm gonna ride that
you know,
fucking horse till it fucking dies. Is what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
as everyone does. But yeah. But yeah, I think it's a good album, and I think it's crazy the amount of people that have turned on the internet, and they're like, if I scroll across it and I don't like it, I'm going to yell at everyone online about it. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Right.
dude, chill out.
There's
Yeah,
a
just move
So
on.
dumb.
Move
There's
on
a-
with your life. Do something else. Like,
Yeah, go watch fucking cooking shows like you normally do or some shit. You know?
go listen to Sleep Token or something.
Yeah, no
Fuck
shit.
off.
Yeah, dude. Like, just my favorite thing is the people on the internet that shit all over musicians that don't have a musical bone in their body. Like, they literally just sit on the internet and shit. Like, I talk shit, whatever, but like, God, like, you don't know anything about music. Just listen to it. Like, fuck off, dude. Just shut up and let these
Yeah.
people do what they want to do. Like, the internet has ruined music. So, seriously, the internet has
The internet's ruined a lot of things. It's ruined pretty much
It's really
our entire
ruined. You're right.
society.
I mean,
how we
that's a whole
operate.
topic here in a little while. We've got is how
Yes.
the
Yeah, exactly.
internet and people have ruined music.
Well, I just always think that it's fun to think about the human condition, because it's literally like everything. Like back in the day, it's like, I want this, I want that. You have to go, like, especially with music and stuff, you'd be like, I want this album. Someone showed it to me, because they had to bring it over to my house and put it in my CD player or put it in my tape player. And you'd be like, I really want that album. And then you go to all the stores and they don't got
They
it.
don't have it.
And then
you
you're like,
actually had to wait.
Yeah, and you had to
You had to
order it.
wait to
There-
get it.
And for some reason in the 90s, when you ordered a fucking CD or a tape, they'd be like, yeah, it should be in about 17 months. And you're like, what?
Sweet.
So,
All
yeah.
right.
but it's like everything we all wanted, we have now on our phone. And now everybody's like, I don't want that shit. Who cares? Who
Yeah.
cares?
It's everything has become negative.
Everything.
Everything is a criticism and not just like a positive affirmation of, like, we can't just be happy that we have these things at this point in our lives. Everything's negative. Like,
Right.
oh, we live in the shitty world. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, we live in a pretty fucking fantastic world.
It's
Like you
the
said,
people.
we have everything we want on this little fucking box in our
Yeah.
hand, and we're still fucking pissed off about
Yeah.
every single
Miserable
fucking
and
thing.
shitty. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, on paper, all the things we have and all the things we could do is great, but it's the people that make it so shitty. You know what I mean? You have to deal
Yeah,
with
people suck.
everyone's.
People suck.
The general public.
Yeah.
The general public
Yeah.
sucks.
Dude, and it's
George
it's
Carlin
hilarious
said
to
it
me.
30 years ago.
Yeah. It just makes me laugh that, like, our opinion doesn't matter. We just talk about it because, like, hey, let's do a podcast. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, but then
Yeah.
these people are like, they just get on Twitter and they start mentioning the band. They're like, oh, the band blocked me, and it's like, yeah, because nobody fucking wants to deal with that.
No one wants your fucking
Yeah.
negativity.
Yeah, nobody wants your
Yeah.
negative, dude. Life is hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
Life is already hard. Why are these fucking whiny crybaby bitches trying to ruin everybody's fucking life? Dude, if your life sucks, do something about it. Fucking take it out
This
on
is-
somebody.
What, we'll segueing in, we will get to Adam quitting Oceano, because this has a lot to do with what we're talking about. But let's talk about one more Linkin Park thing. There is a debate that me and Rabbit have talked about having. We've talked about this. Mike Shinoda, his raps. Rabbit was like, man, in some of the new songs, it's like he's just doing kind of like simple, plain, corny stuff. And I was like, wait a minute. Has he always done simple, corny, plain stuff, but it was just new to us back then?
No.
Because
I don't agree.
Okay, he doesn't agree. But let's talk about this, Fuzz. You're good at pulling out lyrics and stuff. Okay.
Well, you have to take into consideration, first of all, that it's not just the rhymes. Okay, yes, I will concede that maybe the rhymes are a little bit cheesy, like rhyming sky with guy or whatever, But it's not just the rhymes. There's a thing to rapping flow, cadence.
Right.
And in the earlier albums, he just had a really interesting flow and cadence, and he would switch it up. In these newer songs, it feels like he's just repeating the same line with a different like rhyme. Like there's no change of the flow, there's no change of the cadence. It's the same line, the same cadence, but it's just guy with guy.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think that's what I was noticing too.
See, I didn't notice anything on the newest album that like was super, just like, ugh, that's awful. Except for one. There's one part that I remember he's like, yeah, I just took a shot. And you're like, that you went with that? You wrote that in your that's what I just took a shot. Like, all right.
That's what you did.
And he's like, in his notebook, it says, like, put that,
how did you spell that out?
Like, and it just says in parentheses, drank a bunch of Sprite right after opening the can. But I will say this. I'll say, in my opinion, I think that some of those lyrics back in the day were corny and they just were new to us, because I always thought what it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard. And like,
but that's actually like, clever compared to what he's
it's
now.
Clever when it first happened, because like, we weren't hearing rap mixed in with like this fucking weird singy stuff, new metal, like, you know what I mean? It was just fresh to us. But I think,
I don't know.
But I think
we had Limp Bizkit too. We had.
I mean, that's true too. But I don't think that what it meant to me will eventually be a memory would like pass in nowadays. But
you finish the line. But you finish the line. You finish the line that says, "Of a time I tried so hard," and that leads into the hook or the chorus of the song. Like,
that's what I was about to say. I think it's cherry picking, because there's before and after. It's not like, that line alone seems corny to anything.
You knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end. That shit was dope as fuck.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look,
we'll have to get specific examples on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I said, I haven't listened to new record.
The new stuff.
On their as the third record, he started to do a little bit more singing with Chester as well, and kind of cut back on his raps, and he started playing guitar a lot too. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know if he was just focusing on the music and stuff, but his raps kind of seemed to diminish in their records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had his songs where it would be just Mike Shinoda. Those first two records, man, like I'm trying to think of the song.
I mean, the
Paper Cut.
The best flow of any of the songs though is Forfeit the Game.
Oh,
Fuzz.
Before somebody else takes you out. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Put your name to shame. Cover up your face. You can't run the race. The pace is too fast. You just won't last.
See, that's a clever line, and a clever, like, has cadence to it. It has a good flow to it. But the newer stuff is just like, I walked down the street. I ate some meat. I like to eat. Like, it's all the same line. It's just, and it ends with the rhyme, but it's like not clever at all.
It felt like
and
a
it's
dad
not
rap.
good flow.
I just took a shot.
Yeah, it's like.
That song on Meteora that's it's like that Japanese flute sound, and it's just all him.
Yeah.
That song. The tried to give you a warning, but you just can't remember the Chester's part. But that whole flow of Mike's was incredible. The part where he goes, "I hate my rhymes, but I hate everyone else's more." So clever. Like, it was corny, dude. It's always been corny. It's fucking rap new metal.
Yeah, it was still a little corny. I will admit that. It was still a little corny.
It's not a Dima corny.
Jay-Z, look, I'm going to put it like this. This is
I just felt like it was
Dima corny.
Yeah, dude, that's so bad.
It's so bad.
I'm going to put it like this, and this kind of helps put it in perspective. He did a record with Jay-Z. Jay-Z wanted to do a flow with Mike Shinoda on a couple songs, which they did. Come on, man. Jay-Z's at the top of the game. Like, that means something. Like, whether it was like production
Illuminati
or whatever. Yeah, he's the leader of the Illuminati, but that's not
at the time. At the time, it was
the
greatest rapper in the world and the greatest rock band in the world.
Thank you.
and they collaborated.
Yes, but it was amazing, and they
It's like,
put
yo,
out a record.
Mike, you crazy for this one?
Hova.
You crazy for this one?
all in all, it always, all new metal, rap metal, whatever you want to call it, all of it has a touch of corny in it. Let's be real,
Yeah.
all of it has a touch of corny.
Touch of corn.
Oh, Mike Shinoda's flow was pretty amazing the first two records. Like, really and truthfully, his lines were very, I thought they were great as a kid. Still do now. Some of it I fucking love.
All right.
But
Well,
I
you
just-
win this one, Rabbit. I'm
But
gonna come back with specific examples.
Thanks, dog.
I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna have
dude,
a projector
of
and
it-
shit. I'm gonna be like, he said this.
I just like watching you two fight because last week y'all were ganging up on me about the All Star walking on the sun.
We weren't ganging up on
Y'all
you.
were
We were
ganging
just
up on me. I didn't
stating
have
the
fuzz on my
facts.
back.
We were stating
Eyes.
facts.
The fact is, walking on the sun is the banger.
Walking on the
album.
sun is the banger because you don't like. Okay,
Guys!
here's
Which fucking song was on every goddamn movie in the early 2000s? It was not Walking on
but
the
that's
Yeah, but
why
that
they're
was-
not the banger.
That is
but that was-
exactly why it's the banger. Don't put songs that aren't bangers on fucking movies.
Oh,
That's
God,
stupid.
Well, that's not true.
That's not
but,
true.
Look,
That was
Yeah,
a
look,
okay.
fucking
look,
lie.
that's a good
Walking
point.
on the sun-
I can't. That's a good point.
I'm sorry to yell. I'm sorry.
Listen,
Passion
What would
All-Star.
Rabbit-
Look.
Listen.
Walking
Do
on
I
the
feel-
Sun is a great fucking song. It is
I
an
think it's-
awesome song. But if
Yeah.
I had to say, All Star is the banger, dude. We were all singing it in the late 90s. We all had that fucking record. We were all singing it.
I
and
think it's
hanging out and
Shrek.
thought
I
it
think
was
it's
the coolest
Shrek's fault that.
it's
I think it's Shrek's fault.
It's
Okay,
too commercial. That's my problem
It is-
with
it
it,
is-
right?
okay.
If
Super
I'm sitting at Applebee's and I'm eating fucking cheese logs and dipping them in fucking marinara, I feel
yeah,
more
hell yeah.
comfortable listening to Walking on the Sun eating those fucking cheese logs than I do
I don't know,
to listen to fucking
because
All Star because it's too commercial.
Look. If I'm at Applebee's eating cheese logs, dipping in marinara sauce, motherfucker, I feel like an all-star.
Goddamn right. That was the most American
Just
thing you've
fucking
ever
saying.
said.
I'm just fucking saying, dude.
God,
Wow, dude.
Now if we were at like,
You're gonna
if we
just
were at,
dunk
like-
on me in front of everyone?
No,
but-
I'm serious. Okay, if Shrek would have put "Walking on the Sun" on the album
I agree with
instead
that,
of
right.
"All Star," "Walking on the Sun" would be the banger. But Shrek put fucking "All Star"
Dude,
on the soundtrack, and that's what that was like. And that came out after the album came out. "Walking
I
on
mean,
the
I
Sun" was
support- I
already a
support
hit
that.
single.
I respect that.
All right.
100%.
All right.
And also, let's just be real. Smash Mouth
Maybe
put out a bunch.
maybe
of
they're
bangers.
just both
Let's
the
just-
banger.
They did have a lot of bangers.
they
Maybe
did.
they're
They had a
just
lot of
What do you-
bangers.
Anyways, what do you? Everybody, leave it in the comments. Leave it in the chat. What do you think is more of a banger? Do you think "Might As Well Be Walking on the Sun" is the banger, or is it All Star?
No, see how you're saying
know.
it. You made All Star sound boring there. You made like
Wow.
Walking on the Sun is better,
You did.
or All Star. Like you
You did
changed your
that.
tone. You tried to make it boring.
Hey.
I agree with Rabbit. If Shrek wouldn't have happened, Walking on the Sun would be the banger. Is that it would be the more popular song.
Sure, that's
But without Shrek, would All Star have been? Would Smash Mouth be anything without Shrek? We really
true.
want to. We really want to
Without
go
a
into
children's piano, where would that song be? All right. Let's talk about let's
Sorry,
get
guys.
back into
Sorry,
the
guys.
hate. Let's get back into the internet hate.
that? Let's do it.
With what we were talking about earlier, the internet has made us spoiled individuals, and we just demand things. We literally go into people's comments and like, "I want a cheeseburger." I don't know if that's that's a fun analogy, but anyways, you know what I mean. Everybody just
Your
thinks that they
analogies
could
are rough
just do.
tonight.
We're definitely
But
not
yeah.
an All Star. Definitely not an All Star.
But yeah, even
We're like
Might as well
walking
be
on
walking
the
on
sun.
the
oh wow,
Ah, yeah.
anyways, to give you just a taste of people shitting on everything, and it actually having a consequence. Oceano announced a tour, and it's the tour. It was a tour with Attila and Dealer is one of the opening bands. And if you don't know, Dealer and Attila have allegations of weird things with girls, and just all sorts of nasty business. Nothing that ever got charges for, but it's been going around, and it's like been more than one instance with some of these accusations. But Adam, after they announced the tour, everyone started firing at Adam, talking about how he's shitty and Oceano's shitty for doing the tour. And he came out with a big statement that more or less was just like, I don't stay on the internet long enough to find out about a bunch of, like drama. And so I don't know about these things. And then he goes on to say that like, management and everyone around him okayed all of the stuff without bringing up any of these allegations. And so now he's in a position where he's just like, I didn't know about it. Of course, we're going to drop this tour, but I am tired of so much internet hate that always comes around. And he's like, Oceano's done. I'm tired of dealing with stuff like that. So they're going to announce one more final tour. And honestly, I'm like, damn, knowing Adam, he's like super nice guy. And he's always
sweetest
trying
guy
to,
in the scene.
yeah,
Always trying to pick people up. He's always been a positive dude. For him to do this, make his point. And I hate that it came to this, but I read some of those threads today of people just blowing him up on Twitter. And he's like, I quit the fucking band. Leave me alone. Like, I'm done. We're done. We're not on the tour. The tour's over with. And all that fucking shit. And it was just like, people, I get it. Okay, the whole situation is fucked, but people don't understand how this works at all. Nobody understands how this works. You don't control what your booking agent does. You don't control what your management does. You don't control what your label does. They control what you fucking do. And if they say, hey, do you want to do this tour? You agree to it. None of the guys said anything. In his statement, he says that. Nobody says anything. And then they agree to it. And then Adam, he kind of is a super positive guy, so he stays away from the negativity. And then everybody starts shitting on him like it's his fucking fault. Like, nah, man, that's not how this works. And then once everything got brought to light, what was going on, he says, okay, fuck it, we're off the tour, and I quit the fucking band, and people still won't fucking let it go. Like, fuck off. Jesus Christ, it's done. It's over with. Fuck off.
One of the
actually, sorry, Nick Consort is in the chat right now. He says, love
Nick,
you,
my
fellas.
guy.
Love you,
You're in a...
Nick
love you, dude.
Nick actually used to play in Oceano. So, Nick, if you want to leave in the comments how you feel about all this stuff, and we'll read it here in a minute. But what were we going to say there?
I love you,
Toby?
dude.
I was gonna say he did. Adam had one interesting thing that I never took into consideration. Like when people start saying, cancel the tour, this and that. Like there was one statement he said something about, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was about like, me going on tour puts people to work, graphic designers, people working the bar, like, all these people are going to have a job for the night, or, it gives everyone work, like whoever's all involved in all the shows and stuff. And I never really kind of thought about that. So, but also like one of his other statements said that like he was told Attila. He didn't know about Dealer being on the tour.
Well, yeah. So like, it's the type of thing where like with the headliner, if you're direct support, most of the time you are going to be like, hey, this headliner wants to take you out. And then you're like, make a decision. And then whenever you either confirm or deny, then they will go about getting other people on the shows or on the tour using your name. So it's always like you essentially someone texting this person and that person and go, are you interested? Are you interested? Who's on it? I don't know yet. And then once somebody says yes, then you use those two names to pick up your other support bands, right? So it's like there's times where you could agree to be on a tour with a headliner and not know anything else about who they are picking because they are the headliner, So you might not hear about who actually else is opening till it's about to be announced. Or even, I mean, if you're tired of fucking dealing with work, you know, and you're a band, you might not even hear about it till you just might hear someone go, "Hey, we're releasing that tour this week." Okay, cool. You know, not even worried about the openers because it's not your tour technically.
And the management just sends out a text message and says, "Hey, this is getting released this week." That's the end.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah. So
I think Adam was
yeah,
also ready
but-
to do some solo stuff with. He said in one post he said that he was going to focus more on the Adam on Earth project and some other projects. So I think you know maybe this might have been something to where it was like this is the last fucking straw. Like I don't want to be in this drama, and like you're pulling me into it. I didn't know anything about this, and now y'all are all being dicks to me. So no more of this.
right.
I mean, they were already on the verge of breaking up. What, last year was it? I think he put in that post. They were already like thinking about just saying fuck it, or he was. You know what? He's a sweet fucking guy. Wish him nothing but the best because he is one of the best humans I've ever met in the music scene. So fuck all these people talking shit and rude to him. No.
Well, he's also like the best vocalist. Like,
Oh,
he,
dude, yes.
You know what I mean? Like, he like effortlessly does all this crazy shit, and so it's kind of like, you know, if we're not talking about their music all the time, and we're talking about drama all the time, like I wouldn't want to be involved either. You know what I mean? So
Watched him.
but yeah,
Maybe somewhere like Cleveland or something. Got up on stage with him, and Mike, I think we were on tour together, and he grabs this dude. He just falls backwards into the crowd, and it was probably the most cool thing I've ever watched a lead singer do. Like he didn't even look to see if anybody was back there to catch him. Just grabbed this dude that jumped up on stage and just fell backwards with him. It was so fucking awesome.
hell yeah, dude. I remember the biggest highlight of touring with them is like they had a song that would just
Oh yeah, I already know this.
It would
story.
just-
Yep.
it would just dip out in the middle of, you know, right before the breakdown, and they would just let Adam say whatever he needed to say to get into the breakdown.
It's mosh call,
And-
baby.
And it literally would change every night, and he would say something different every single night. And I always loved that because there were times where it was like the most brutal thing, and then sometimes it was like hilarious, right? Like I could give you two examples. One time we were playing a show to where like the upper balcony is kind of like the spot where they're like, hey, you guys could go up there and change, and there's food up there, but like, you know, you have to deal with the show when the show's happening. So we're up there changing, and then Oceano's playing, and then it goes to the part where it stops, and then Adam's like, listen up, everybody. I want you to remember that whenever you and your brothers and sisters were little and your parents were putting you to sleep at night, they would read you all these fantastical stories about God and read from the Bible to ensure that you had a good night's sleep and you could drift off to dreamland and you can live in peace with your thought and you could love your life and you could sleep every night thinking that. But now that you have grown up and you are an adult, you look back at all those times and you think to yourself that it was never fucking real. And then the big breakdown dropped and we were all like, oh.
Pissed off the whole crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
But then also
This is the best
there was
one.
a
This is the
time
best
there was
one.
a time where it cuts out and he just points in the crowd and goes, avenge slavery. And everybody
Oh my
started
God.
fucking
And I heard him,
Like,
dude. I lost
damn,
my shit.
son.
I lost my shit when he did that, dude. It was. I remember. I think I was at the merge table, and I just remember looking over, being like, "Am I supposed to be okay with this? Like, what? Did he just fucking say?"
Yeah, so good, dude.
Oh,
So
that's
good.
great.
But yeah, dude,
Classic.
he's always been a fucking awesome dude.
Can we
Nick-
talk
Nick
about
says-
the two band?
Nick says, I back Adam 100%. Oh, he retracted it. He must have. He was putting more, and then
He's gonna put 150%.
He says, I back Adam 100%. That's what we got from Nick. Thank you, Nick. I back you, homie.
New
Remember that
band
time
is
we got
sick as
blackout
fuck,
drunk?
Nick.
I have all these pictures of the first time I met Nick Consor, and we went to a studio where Oceano was recording, and we got blackout drunk. And there's all these pictures of us wearing this lion's head mask that's like super big. I was like, what the fuck happened? I woke up with like scrapes on my knees and elbows.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you and Jason, you guys always wrestle when you're drunk. I don't know what it is.
Wrestle.
Dude, when I had dreads, Nick called me Cheeto Head. He called me Cheeto
Nice.
Head because some of my dreads were blonde and the tips of them looked like puffy Cheetos. So he'd be like, "Sup, Cheeto Head." That's what he called me.
Nice.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you wanna talk about the bands?
Yeah. Can we just be done with Attila?
Yeah.
I mean, like, whatever. They did what they did. I don't know the allegations with Franz. I don't know, like.
How are these
anything
bands
good
still
out
on tour? That's what I'm saying.
because it's no different than Five Finger Death Punch. Why is that band still torn? Because shitty people fucking
Who
like
fucks with these bands? I never liked Attila to begin with.
So I like their first
it.
three
Like
records.
their first record. I just like their first record. That was
The first
party core.
then maybe it's the first four. Up until About That Life, when he like started wearing leather and he was like had like this rock star rap persona thing that he was doing, and then it was like, okay, I don't know if I'm following. And then he started his OnlyFans, and then he had the weird cell phone thing. I don't know if you guys remember it, but like he was buying fans' cell phones, old cell phones, and doing something with them, but it was just like, all like, what kind of shady like bullshit are you into to make
Yeah.
money? I don't know. I think that Attila's fallen way, way off. They're definitely not as popular as they used to be. I've tried to listen to a couple of the newer albums. The Chaos album, the green one, I don't know if it's called Chaos, had like 2 good songs on it. The rest was just like, I don't know, man. I'm not following it anymore. But Dealer, that first thing,
First record was sick.
so sick. And then like you started hearing all the allegations of like why he was kicked out of Alpha Wolf, and then it was like, damn, that's a fucking badass record though. And then the band quit on Dealer. Like he was the vocalist was the only one that was left. Then if I remember correctly, a whole new lineup came in. They wrote a record, and then that lineup or most of it quit or something. I might be getting this wrong.
Because he was an asshole.
Something like that.
He was a prick. Yeah, and then like this allegation with the lady or whatever that's he ended up beating, but not the lady, but the allegations.
Right.
Obviously, sorry.
Damn.
They went to court. They went to court, and they even then like the bands quit on him and said things about him, and all these accusations are coming up. It's like, you can make your own opinion about the matter, but obviously this guy sucks. If he's been kicked out of the band, he's had 2 bands quit on him. Like, I mean, surely. And then of course, yeah, let's put him on a tour with Attila. Okay.
Yeah, and the tour's called. The tour's called the American Rejects Tour. So like Oceano didn't even belong on that. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I just think, like, I don't know. I know that Franz, like when I knew Franz, he always acted very nice and he always was like super cool. And I know that he has an image to uphold with this like bad guy shit, but like, with some of the things he was already saying about Oceano, it's like, dude, come on. Like,
yeah,
I know that's a band that you need. I know that's a band that he respects, but it's like he still has to talk shit because that's what they do. They have to act super bad about this shit.
Doesn't give a fuck, I think was the quote, right?
Yeah,
I don't
here,
give
got
a
it
fuck.
right here. Someone said, any comment on Oceano dropping off the tour? And he goes, yeah, here's my comment. I don't give a fuck. Kind of funny, but kind of like, yeah, that's kind of a douche thing. Like,
Right. So. But anyways, yeah, you guys, leave it in the comments. Hit us up. Tell us what you think. Nick.
hold on. The more offensive thing, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, is this thing that he said. There are good bands that can fill that spot and fucking rock that tour. And Franz said 100,000%. We're gonna make it even sicker now.
Thicker.
I have a great idea. You know who they should put on there? Dance Gavin Dance, because they would fit in perfectly on that fucking tour.
Tim Lambesis.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
he doesn't have anything fucking going right now. That'd be perfect. Oh man. Oh man, and we'll call something cool like "Can't Beat It" or something like that. It'd be really cool.
The Allegations tour.
Get CKY on the tour.
Allegations tour, baby.
You put CKY on the tour too, and it's just the problematic tour.
Yeah, the problematic tour. Yeah.
Dude, it's just everybody fighting every night.
the most fucked up part about all this is like all the same bands that are surrounded by controversy. They've been like it's
not
they're
new.
still around. There's so many of them. Yeah, and they're still going. And I don't know, man. Like I lose respect for a lot of people whenever I find things out like this, and I'm just like, well, fuck. I like them. I don't want to support them no matter what, because even if they're just accusations, that's not okay. It's not that's not okay. And like I don't know, man. I don't know all the Attila stuff. I've read lots of things about that, but I don't know how to go about that.
But I feel like there's a
Go ahead, Rabbit.
I feel like there's a right and wrong way to go about things. The right way to go about things is I'm not going to go to this tour. I'm not going to give them my money. I'm not going to support this tour. The wrong way to go about this is I'm going to fucking talk shit about every other band that's on this tour, regardless if they are involved in the allegations or not. And I'm going to make them hate it so much that they're going to quit their own fucking band. That's the wrong way to go about it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We've actually seen the opposite when Spirit Box dropped off of the Falling in Reverse tour. Like everyone started attacking Spirit Box, calling them, whatever, just acting like they did something wrong for saying, hey, we're not going to stay on this tour. Mm-hmm. So we've seen that opposite to where, like, you can't make people happy. You can't, like, you quit the tour because there's problematic people. Oh, well, now you're a baby. You don't quit the tour, or you don't even know about it. You just barely announce the tour, and you get attacked for supporting people you don't know.
And also, like, we're dealing with the music industry. I guarantee you, on every single tour that exists, there's one person that's a piece of shit. If you quit every single tour because one person was a piece of shit, you'd never have a job. You'd never go on tour.
There would never be a tour.
Exactly. And it's funny because, like, the NFL's still a thing. Nobody cries about the NFL and, like, teams playing other teams where there's allegations of, domestic abuse or anything like that.
You're right.
But nobody cares. Nobody cares about the NFL. They don't say, oh, the Eagles are playing the fucking Patriots. Like, oh my God, that this dude has allegations out against him. Nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
But for some reason in the music industry, it's like, you're going on tour with this band, there's allegations, you're a piece of shit too, just for going on tour with them.
Right.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
what's
if
really
everybody has
crazy-
such
Go ahead.
if everybody has such a problem with all these bands, why don't they go and like make newer bands popular? Because I feel like nobody wants to do that either. You know what I mean? Like everybody's like,
No,
I
because they're
wouldn't do
too
that.
busy
Fuck
shitting
that.
on them too.
Yeah.
They're too busy
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, well, I would," like they're too busy saying, "Oh, well, they're not a real hardcore band," and you're just like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" Oh, they're never happy, and it's the same people who have no idea about music, man. Truthfully, don't care. Like the funny thing is I read a comment today that was like, why don't you do something about this and educate people? And Adam's like, I quit the fucking band. I'm done. Like, I'm standing up for what I believe.
It's also not
in.
his job to educate people.
Yeah.
No,
It's their own job to educate
Yeah.
themselves.
Exactly.
But people are still going after him, and he's like, okay, I quit the band. We're off the tour, and I quit the band to prove a point, to prove to you that this is all bullshit, and like, I don't want to be a part of this scene anymore because of this, that, or the others, whatever. And it's like, oh my God, people are never going to be happy. Never going to be fucking happy. And now one of the greatest dudes in the world is not in an amazing band anymore, because
Yeah, and Attila is still going on tour.
Attila is still going on tour.
That's the fucked up part.
putting out
That's the
trash.
most
And
fucked up
even-
part. Attila's still going to go on tour and make a shit ton of money, and
Make a shit ton
Oceano
of money.
quit and not going to make any money. That's the most fucked up part.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking crazy because even Adam, one of the kids that was going after Adam, was like, "Why don't you go direct your attention to Attila or Dealer? Why are you coming after me? Like, I already did what I needed to do. I quit. I'm done. Tour. We're not on the tour anymore. Like, what the fuck? Oh, nobody goes after. They go after the supporting band.
Yeah,
Well,
why are they going after
Go
Oceano?
after
Why
the
aren't they
guys who are
going after?
fucking
Exactly. Go after them.
the Spirit Box fucking Ronnie Radke thing. Go after Ronnie, man. Go
Yeah.
after Ronnie. Why are you going after the bands? Dude, music, sadly, at the end of the fucking day, is about money, and they got to make money. It is what it is. Like, sadly, that all you people out there that don't understand how the music business works, it's all about money.
It's called a music
Sorry.
business.
Exactly.
It
Not
means
they don't give a
make
fuck.
money.
People you pay that are
Yeah.
in charge of you don't give a fuck about any of that shit. None of it. They don't care. And guess what? For the times you can't control the tours you're on, it just doesn't work that way. But why attack the bands that are supporting these artists when you should just be attacking the artists and their fans? Fucking, it's so dumb. So dumb. And you know what? I'm not going to get into it. I just think it's fucked up that the internet is ruining things. Because
Absolutely.
there's no reason.
It's not
that
the
Adam
internet, it's
shoulda
the
quit.
general public
Yeah.
using the internet.
Yeah, it's the people
They
that
think
would
they have a
never even-
voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
they
like,
have a
I'm the
voice.
most important person on the internet, and then you go to their personal page, and they're like, I'm a manager at a Spencer's Gifts in Idaho, and I am the coolest guy in the fucking world. You know what I mean?
I
And-
obviously
yeah.
know everything about
Yeah.
everything.
and
Me
everyone's
and my
going to see my
Deadpool shirt.
comment.
Yeah.
Look at
I
my
wear
comments.
Deadpool shirts.
Yeah. My comments are all over online about me calling someone out for some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
I've got 6 Sports Illustrated posters on my wall.
I got a badge on Facebook. It said I'm the
Lost
top
rabbit.
I'm the top shit talker.
Sorry.
Rabbit, you're gone, dude.
Rabbit
Did you
fell
fall?
down the
Disappeared.
stairs.
That was a Houdini trick.
It's my
Oh,
camera.
dude.
But
Oh.
yeah, Nick says Adam stays in his own lane. He's not surfing the web looking for dirt on bands. He's just trying to further Oceano. If Adam knew what was going on, he wouldn't have done the tour. Exactly. So it's like the type of thing where everybody thinks they know what's going on, and they're like, I can't believe Adam schemed against his own fans. You know what I mean?
No,
like, fuck off.
And
But
and
also,
that's the
big-
crazy
big-
thing. Go ahead. Go
Big
ahead.
Biss says go off Fuzz. So
Oh, dude. Look, I'm sorry. I personally know Adam. And that's the part
Yeah.
that kills me the most. It's like I personally knew Spirit Box. Like, I know those guys. I know Adam. Adam is the sweetest fucking guy I've ever had anything in the music industry to do. Anything. Always been just the most righteous fucking dude. It's and like to see people go after him even after he made things right. Oh man, that's not cool, man. That's fucked up. It's so messed up.
it honestly reminds me of like, okay, there was a time where I worked at a place and everyone started kind of hating on an employee that worked there. So we started getting scheduled less. And then I had a bar guest that was like yelling at me, being like, you need to figure it out. He's such a good bartender. You need to figure it out. And I was just like, why are you in the business like of the people that work here? This is like an inside the business kind of talk. You know what I mean? Like if people that all work together have a problem with something, you as an outside spectator shouldn't even be allowed to say anything about it. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
it's like, I don't know. But the general public, am I right?
They suck.
They
They
suck.
suck, dude.
Ooh.
And I don't mean it like I just don't like that people think the internet has given them a voice. Like, yeah, you know what? You're allowed to voice your opinion. Cool, man. For you. You're allowed to voice your opinion. It doesn't matter what your opinion is. I'm sorry.
Well,
like,
Here's my opinion on that. Like if you use the internet and you go on and comment a lot, ask yourself, have you ever just like said, yo, sick show, yo, I like the pizza here. Hey, I like this place. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever typed positive things? You know, because most likely,
Right.
if you've only went after people, maybe you should try something else as your hobby. You
It's
know
all
what I
just
mean?
it's
Like,
all just negative criticism.
yeah.
And also like, what have you done to allow somebody to criticize your work? Have you put out a music album that we can all go and check out and criticize? Because I bet you'd get your feelings hurt pretty fast if we all told you that your music sucked, or you know what I mean,
yeah.
or like
He's
if
too
you tried
busy.
to
He
if you
can't
tried to
take
start a
off
band,
Spencer's.
if you try to start a band and go on tour, and they're like, "You're going on this tour? Are you fucking kidding me? You're a piece of shit." Like,
Yeah, and then we
how would you feel?
We'd be like, "Oh yeah, been to your Cinnabon. Your fucking Cinnabons suck." So
How would you like it if these musicians that you shit on went to your job and were like, "Oh wow, your display here in the window fucking sucks,
hey, your
Sucks.
kolaches awful.
awful."
You're the worst server here at Chili's. At this
The
Chili's,
worst.
I swear to God.
This
Yeah.
is the worst Chili's I've ever been to. I'm going to Yelp. Like I'm.
I've been to a
Can I
lot of
please
Hot
speak to
Topics,
manager?
and this is the
Yeah,
worst
The
one.
black, hey,
the
black
worst
bean,
one.
this black bean burger ain't it. Tell you that much.
Y'all
No,
need to
dude.
fold these fucking shirts.
Oh, dude, I don't know, man. I hate seeing what happened happen. It's upsetting.
That's
so
true.
upsetting.
I think
All
that
the-
Adam did the right thing in this situation. So,
too.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like
Just completely separated yourself. Period. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
And the outrage is so like misplaced, like you
Uh-huh.
said earlier. It's just like, why is everybody going after him?
Right.
He's not. It's not.
Go to a
Yeah.
therapist.
No, dude. Start fucking messaging Franz or fucking the guys in dealer.
Exactly.
Just leave the guy alone. Like,
Fuck with that
Adam-
band dealer. I don't even know who they are, but fuck with them.
yeah, dude.
Make them quit playing music and going on tour
Dude,
and making
the fact
money.
that I believe Adam when he says I have no idea, because Adam has never involved himself in any of that kind of drama. Nope. Like I said, I just isn't that guy. So like for him, people are like, "Oh yeah, whatever," and it's like, no, I believe every word that he's saying when he says, "I didn't know that was going on," because the dude doesn't care. He's got his own stuff going on. So
I mean,
don't know, man.
if he was denying going to like a dance party or something, then I would be like, "Yo, I think he might be lying."
I've
been
seen you
to a lot of
dance,
dance
Adam.
parties.
I've seen you
him
dance.
shaking his
Now
ass.
I know you're lying.
But
James
James
Franco didn't suck any dick today. Now I know y'all tripping.
Nick says after 20 years of people making racist remarks, talking shit on music, on the music, and now making accusations about jumping on a tour, enough is enough.
Well said.
Absolutely.
You are an amazing human. I miss you, dude. That's all.
I don't know you, but I like you.
Nick,
like
you're an
style.
amazing human, dude.
You make a lot of sense right now.
All right. Let's move on to the next subject. So we could sit here and talk shit about people that talk shit.
Oh, I could
all
scream
day.
about. I
Fuck.
could scream about. I could scream about keyboard
We're
warriors all
we're like
fucking day.
we're the Dexters.
Yeah,
We're the serial killer that kills the serial killer.
yeah.
We talk
We
shit
should
about
do.
the
We
shit
should fucking.
talkers.
We should just do what Jay and Silent Bob do and just fucking look up bad internet posts.
Did you
and go to their house
say-
and beat their ass? All right.
We're gonna shit out our shit, and we're
talk
gonna make
about-
them eat that
We
shit.
got it. We got
Let's-
it printed out and everything.
Let's talk about Knocked Loose is gonna be on Jimmy Kimmel.
I
Fuck
hear
yeah.
that Poppy is gonna be on that as well.
Poppy
So I
is
saw
that
gonna be
report.
on too.
Yeah, I saw that report just today. I think earlier that so Poppy will.
I don't
be-
know if any of y'all listen to the Poppy album, but it is kind of a banger album, to be honest.
I listened to a few
heard a-
songs.
I heard a
Yeah.
couple songs and I didn't hate it, so I think it's great.
It's
No,
definitely.
I think it's dope.
I've had a love-hate relationship with Poppy because sometimes she just does so many different genres that sometimes she'll do something I really like, and then sometimes she'll do some shit where I'm like, ugh, awful. But now I feel like she's obviously making metalcore friends, and all the music is getting pretty heavy. I know that she's still doing other genres mixed in, but this new album is definitely definitely heavy.
So-
There's definitely some heavy ass breakdowns in there.
All the stuff that she was doing before with what we believe was Fever back in the day when she
Right.
was making some of the heavier songs. I think Fever was the
Mhm.
backing band.
Yeah.
The reason I had to go check out some of the songs on the new record was because I saw someone post that it's Poppy loose, like it's just knocked loose, but with Poppy like music.
Wait, what?
Poppy loose. Wait,
Poppy
what?
loose?
Huh?
So I was like,
yo, dude, that was my nickname in high school.
Damn, who do you know that's been coming up?
Poppy real loose. You know?
Poppy loose.
Poppy loose, dog.
But it is cool. Like there's some really cool songs. I think her vocals fit really well with that like style of music and
It's
stuff.
honest. It's knocked. It's like knocked loose. It's Brian, girl version Brian.
Poppy
you know what
loose.
I mean? So, yeah.
Be loose. I
But-
love it.
But yeah,
I think knocked Poppy sounds better.
knocked.
Oh,
knocked up Poppy.
Knocked Poppy. Knocked Poppy. That rolls off
Poppy
the
is
tongue.
It
dope,
sounds-
dude.
It sounds like an incense flavor.
Knocked Poppy.
or some crazy weed at a dispensary. This is called knocked poppy.
Yeah.
You
Nah.
want some of this knocked poppy?
This shit's gonna fuck you up.
This shit is gonna.
Well, yeah.
Dude, this shit is gonna make you go arf arf. You know what I'm saying? That's.
You ever
what you
bark like a
need.
dog? That's just
You
gonna.
ever bark? This is what it does, dog. Makes you go arf arf, bro.
But it's like we've gotten to a point in time now where it's like every now and then you see something heavy on network television. But why is it not more often? Because we even got Slipknot back in the day on Conan.
We had
And you
Korn
figured that
on
would-
Saturday Night Live and stuff.
What did
Yeah.
the Blood Brothers play on? Which I know that's not as heavy, but like there's always been like some weird.
I mean, Blood
weird.
Brothers
always
pretty
been-
heavy.
Kimmel has always had the heavier bands. Jimmy Kimmel had like From First to Last on there at one point. Like he's had some heavier bands on there.
I feel like it just
Um,
needs to be more prominent nowadays. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's
It was
still
Jimmy.
not
Blood Brothers was
it's
on
still
Jimmy.
not mainstream.
right? True.
Yeah.
Like heavy music is still not mainstream.
Mhm.
Like
See-
most people, when you say heavy music, they're like, "Oh, like Metallica." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the general consensus
Like
across the board.
5 Finger
Like,
Death Punch.
It's still not
It's
to
my
that
dad.
level where it's like it can just be on like Saturday Night Live or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I think Turnstile did a number when they were on the late night show, and like, yeah, they play that shoegaze core. Like Turnstile's still a band that nobody knew about, and then they dropped probably one of the best records ever, and they went on.
I mean,
one
you
of the
could you could still play some of those songs in the middle of a party where hip hop's going, and then
Yeah.
the people will be like, "What is this? It's heavy."
Right,
You know what I mean? Like to where you're
but-
like,
But it's still like it's still like radio friendly hardcore. It's
Right.
not like
right. Well, yeah, but it's still nobody knew who they were, and
Right.
then put that record out, and it was like, oh shit, and all the
and then they're
all
on a
the
Taco Bell
fucking-
commercial.
Oh, dude, all the
Damn.
gatekeepers, all the gatekeepers in hardcore were like, oh, Turnstile's not even hardcore. It's like, yo, Turnstile was hardcore. Like they've been around for a long time, so like they've always sounded like this.
Yeah.
Like it's never.
Just support.
This has always been there. Yeah, just shut up and be happy that this kind of music is trying to make it into the mainstream.
it's trying to
would not-
bridge.
But I
the
feel
gap,
like
too.
it's the same way that like a horror movie is never gonna win an Oscar. You know what
No,
I mean?
you're
It's genre. It's genre and it's just separate from the mainstream, and you just
Right.
have to accept that.
like
Like,
this.
I don't know. Your aunt Barb is not gonna want to listen to Knock Loose.
Right.
You know, it's
Well,
unless she's a
the
freak,
older
and
we
she-
get, the older we get, the closer we get. To it,
possibly.
you
But
know?
I still feel like it's genre. Like
It was huge
Right.
whenever Knock Loose got announced for Coachella.
Mhm.
Like I like that they're starting to put them on, like, put these heavier bands on more of pop bills. There's because it only takes a little bit for these the pop fans or whatever to hear this metal music, and they're like, oh man, that's actually sick. Oh, I'm gonna jam it. So I think it's cool that Knock Loose is getting put on these bills, and I think it's sick that they're just including Poppy on here too, which I think is kind of a big deal. And I just like that they're starting to kind of go in that
Yeah.
direction. I think it's awesome.
I honestly felt like Spirit Box would be the one to break through
Yeah.
to the main.
Me too.
because of
I
Just-
feel like it'll be soon.
They kind of did when they did the song with Megan Thee Stallion and like
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
on that. But I'm kind of with you. I don't know why they haven't performed on a late night show. Like, what, you know what I mean? Like all the, I don't know.
of all
I
the
think-
bands to do it. I
Yeah,
feel like it's
I think
Spirit
it's
Box.
coming because you have to remember they're only just now in March next year putting out their second full length album. You know what I mean? So I feel like the one thing about nowadays, like you could get big, but once you have more and more like songs to sit on, like you just start growing. I mean, they already took the fucking, you know what I mean? They took the big step up, you know, from zero touring to stadium shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
And aren't they nominated for like a
nominated for a
Last
Grammy.
year, yeah.
Yeah. No, they got nominated again this year too.
Damn.
this
What
year?
did
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it on there.
So they're on their way.
yeah, I think they're on their way too.
Well, even
I mean, they were sure with Corn, you know, Corn, dude.
Which is sick. This is the best I've ever heard Korn sound. Anyway,
Knock Loose was nominated for.
They started doing meth
Grammy
again?
as well.
Mhm.
So like, I mean,
The Plot and You was nominated for a Grammy.
Oh, that's
too.
cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a couple bands that you're like, oh fuck. To me, I don't care if they win the fucking Grammy, but the fact that they're nominating these heavier bands for Grammys, like that's cool as fuck, man. Like, it's not your Five Finger Death Punches and your other shit
Well,
bands like that.
It's
like,
just
you're-
funny when you see those though,
Well,
like
there's
because it's like the band that is the most well known is probably gonna win. You know, or that you're
Oh,
like,
of
oh,
course,
Knock Loose
of
and Plotting You and Metallica.
Yeah.
Oh, Metallica wins.
right. That's
You
what I
know?
was gonna say. There's always been a heavy music category in the Grammys, but it's like Metallica wins every year.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
And that obviously shows you
it's
it's politics.
It's
You
that's
know
been
what I mean?
bullshit for 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, who's the biggest one? What amount of shirts are
Yeah.
that are sold at Spencer's Gifts? I think.
At
that-
Here we
Walmart?
go again.
yeah. Well,
Here we go again.
yeah.
so do we
But,
think?
yeah.
Do we think as a whole though that this is this any kind of shift in the metal scene with Knock Loose playing on
I think so.
like because look, we've seen Knock Loose.
I don't know. I feel like Slipknot was bigger
I think so,
and
but like
made a bigger impact on
Right.
like just general society
But
than
Slipknot
Knock
was
Loose does.
see, that's what's cool. Slipknot wasn't on that radar until they started playing those shows. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, oh, there's 9 guys and 2 of them hit kegs. And and like, yeah, they were big. They were big. Yeah, dude, they were big. But like, I feel like they really took off once they got in the mainstream. When was the first time you ever heard a Slipknot record on the radio? It wasn't their first 2 albums. It was Subliminal Verses.
You're right.
So it took them a while. It took them a while.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That song.
And,
Yeah.
and see, no, that was Left Behind. Left Behind wasn't even on the radio.
That was just on
Subliminal
Yeah,
President.
Verses
that was
was
on
the
Left.
first.
Left Behind was the first thing I saw on MTV.
No, I'm saying radio play. I'm not saying MTV. Or
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
I'm saying
Right.
radio play. I didn't
Yeah.
hear anything from them until their less heavy stuff was on. Like that's the
Push
last
my
time I heard from
fingers
them.
into my-
Yes, that's
Oh,
when
yeah,
they got on the radio.
That's the one.
Duality.
Yeah.
So- Knock Loose is kind of finding their way into the mainstream. And the coolest thing is, I heard Brian. I read a quote from Brian a long time ago that he was like, "Yeah, we've gotten popular, and we could go and change our sound like so many other bands do once they get to this." He's like, "But nah, we're gonna keep playing heavy."
Dude,
I
shade.
thought that was
He's just
so
throwing the
fucking
shade.
cool. Yeah, dude. It's like, hey, Parkway Drive, hey, Architects, you guys are just gonna keep putting out fucking trash music. We're gonna keep playing heavy music and get big.
Doing the
Like-
music that people came
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the show for.
I can respect that. Just
dude.
just be yourself, be who you are, be who
Dude,
got
there-
you to this point in your career,
Yeah.
and don't compromise for anybody. Fuck them.
Because there's a lot of
Shocker.
people that come up to me that do not listen to that music, and they're like, "Yo, Chris, ever heard of Knock Loose?" I'm like, "I have."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw,
I've seen
I
their
saw
shirt
him
at
on-
Spencer's Gifts.
I saw him on tour with Terror, and I saw you start to say that shit, and you're like,
And
I
then they'll
saw
say,
these guys.
"Who's Terror?"
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, who's Terror?"
Terror?
And then I punch you in the face.
and then I punch you in the yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's just I think it's fucking cool that Knock Loose is gonna be on live TV, thing, fucking dope ass song.
Yep.
Yeah. That's tight.
That's where I'm at.
I do kind of hate though. I kind of hate the the band name revolution that started after Knocked Loose, and it's just like dragged out, stomped on, and like flipped over.
Oh, you
smacked
want to hear?
down.
Want to hear a sick ass band? Locked Shut. Go listen to Locked Shut. You think it's fucking sick, dude? That song rips, dude. I'm just fucking saying. Yeah, band
Bang-
names fucking suck.
Bang
Let's be real.
Moms.
Beat down, punched out,
Yeah.
They
Jerk
all
off.
suck. Yes.
flipped under,
Jerked off.
Jerked off. Flipped under.
medium
Tucked under,
rare.
Tucked under. Tucked
Yeah,
under.
tucked under.
Tucked under.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm the
let's
name of my
move
band,
on.
medium rare.
Pink sock.
Oh, whoa. All right.
Not rocket.
Left foot.
Not Rocket, dude.
Left foot.
Got gout.
Got-
Sit down. Shut up.
All right, let's move on to the next one. On to the next one.
Do we want to
I
talk
don't know. I
about a
can't
20
remember
year?
Over.
What are we talking about?
Do we want to talk about 20 years?
20 years?
20 years of Mechanical Hand
Horse
by the fucking
the band.
Horse the band, baby.
Horse
Doing this
the
for 20
band.
years.
No, it's not. No, it's not like Horse. Horse the band is the Mechanical Hand album is turning 20 years old, and they are doing a reunion tour.
Sick.
First
Damn,
show
son,
since
where'd you
20
find that?
Son,
First show since 2019.
Heck yeah, dude. I'm going to that one. Going to that. Who else going to that one?
I think we're gonna buy tickets just because it's one of my wife's favorite bands of all time. But
Damn,
that
son.
record I did not get into for the longest time because I had a hard time. I really wanted to punch the singer in the face. Truth be told. then Mike and I we interviewed, and I did because I didn't know them personally, and then we did an interview with them, and I was like, man, they're actually really cool fucking guys. I'm gonna go listen to Horse the Band. I was like, damn, I've missed out on this fucking band. I should have never been an asshole. These guys are they rip so hard, and it's so sick. Like, that record makes sense to what it did for the scene. So good for them. I'm excited to see this. I think it's going to be awesome.
As a
Yeah.
video game retro gaming nerd, like as soon as I found out that there was a song about Cutsman from the Mega Man series, like I was hooked. And then you hear like Pole's voice, which is Legend of Zelda. And then when you get to the Mechanical Hand, Birdo is about Birdo from the Super Mario Brothers 2, and then the House of Boo song that has the Super Mario World the Boo music, the haunted Boo music in it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
They hit all the nerd nerves, and I loved it.
Nintendo Core.
Nintendo Core.
They were the kings
Yeah.
of Nintendo.
They
They were
pioneered
Nintendo Core.
Yeah.
They were Nintendo Core, and it's fucking. They deserve it. I think it's so
Yeah.
fucking sick. And
I didn't really get into them until their second album, the Natural Death album.
Mhm.
Well, that's the third album.
was-
they had
Is that the third one?
Arborlax, I think is what it's called, and then the Mechanical Hand.
Oh, okay.
And
So
then
Mechanical
they
Hand
had
wasn't the first
Natural
album.
Death, which was a solid fucking album.
Yeah, that's the album I got into them on, and then I had to go back and listen to Natural Death, which is really good. But I missed the train on the.
Missed the train, huh?
And the Pizza
It's
EP.
been-
We could still make that
PTP
happen.
was pretty tight.
Dude,
They're both
He was
they're both
pretty-
great albums. I love them both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sold my Pizza vinyl like a year or two ago. It was signed by the whole band, and I sold it for like $600. And I regret it every day. Every day.
That's pretty
If you're
tight, though.
watching this dude that bought it, that also lives in Texas, I miss it. I miss it.
Hope you're
Dude that
taking
bought
care of
it.
it.
Please.
Dude,
Would you
what's
pay
his name?
$600 for it?
Is it-
though, the
I would
question.
Dude
pay
who bought
$600
it
to get it
420?
back. I really would
Wow.
because I regret it so much.
Damn.
Yeah,
Shut up! You don't have $600.
I don't
dude.
have $600, so that's why I'm not
$600.
offering to get it back.
600 bones.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys, Toby bought a ticket. loser. I'm getting on that GL, son.
Dude, I
Damn.
want to go so bad that I can't count on you to be like, I'm not gonna go to the Dallas show. Oh, I forgot to call them. I forgot to text them. You know.
Oh wow,
needed-
you think that
No.
I forget to text people
no.
whenever they decide to tour after fucking 20 years?
No, I want to make sure that I had an entrance into the building. I needed.
No,
it to
you
be
know
a
what it is?
guaranteed.
What really is going on is you didn't want to show up and us go hang with Horse the Band and me go, hey, Toby threw a show in Gainesville one time and you guys got cut off.
You're gonna bring it up.
Okay,
You're gonna bring it
do I need to
up.
tell what happened real quick? Like, do I need?
Go ahead.
Okay,
I
so-
brought it up in the group chat today.
listen.
As a matter of fact,
I used to book bands in the little small town that I'm from. I was doing a joint booking effort with another local promoter who
You smoked what?
yes this guy
You do
was
drugs,
notorious.
Toby?
This guy was notorious for fucking bands over. Like there was a rumor that Alisana like held him by his throat and made him like take money out of the ATM. Don't know if that's true. That's rumor. Anyways,
that guy he and I were friends.
are
Know
you?
exactly who you're talking about? Yeah.
Yeah. So he told us how much the tour package was going to be. First off, he lied. He lied totally. That's not how much the tour package, because he was the one that had the connection to the agents. Horse the Band's tour bus van broke down way the fuck away from Texas, I think. They had to get a U-Haul. So they were already like 2 hours late, like from the start of the show. Like they hadn't even arrived. So they got there late, super late. They unloaded, and the venue we were booking at was what's it called?
Civic Center.
A gymnasium.
A civic center.
Yeah.
A
It was
local
a civic center.
government civic center for the city, and the cops didn't like our music. The whole city in this small town didn't like what we were doing, and they were like, because we had booked it until like 11 o'clock or whatever, and it was like 11:15, and the cops shut the power down as they were about to play Cuts Man for their last song, and wouldn't even give the band like the 3 minutes before it would be over.
But as soon as the power was out, you just heard the singer. The singer goes, "I'm suing y'all." I was like, wow, dude, that's the most
I
classic. thing you could
remember
say.
correctly. Ricky and I were not in a band together yet. I was still in Backroad Gunslingers or whatever.
No,
we
I
were
think it was
called.
Last of
Fall
Fall
or-
still.
Was it Last of Fall?
I think so.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I think so.
I remember the other promoter coming to us and saying, "Hey, we're running out of time, so one of y'all's band play." And Mike, because y'all played that show, right? Was that the same show?
Yeah,
I'm thinking of?
played.
So
Okay. And we didn't get a play. We gave our spot to Mike's band because of her. And I remember going up to the other promoter and being like, "You're still paying us our fuck." And he was like, well, I don't know. And I was like, "You're still paying us our fucking money." We loaded up, we unloaded, we set up, and now we're not playing. You're fucking paying us.
Dude,
Y'all, not me.
there was so
And-
much that happened that night. Like, there was so many lies that were told. And then on top of that, like after the show, we took out because the guys from Pluto Records, the ones that had released a couple of Horse the Band's albums, they had came down. And they were all like, "Oh, let's all go to IHOP." So we went to IHOP with the other guys that were on my promotion team. And one of the guys, I'm not saying who, looked at the what's the vocalist of Horse the Band, Nathan?
yeah,
He looked straight into his eyes, and my friend his name starts with an E. I don't want to, just so you know.
I know who you're
Okay,
talking about.
so
I already know where
he's
you're
kind
at
of
on that
goofy.
one.
He's kind of weird. Kind of, you don't know what kind of humor he's gonna have. Looked at him and was playing, but it didn't come off of that. And pointed in his face and said, "You're a fucking piece of shit." And then walked off. And Nathan was like, "What?" Like, just so confused. And I was so embarrassed. I was so fucking embarrassed by the entire night. I don't ever want to talk about it with those guys ever.
Kind of want to come to Austin just for that and fucking be like, "Hey, y'all remember Gainesville, Texas?"
Do you want me to tell you one
That's
more
right.
really
They're playing in
embarrassing
San
thing?
Antonio.
One more embarrassing thing. Before we got that show, that opportunity, I emailed Horse the band. I found an email. I didn't know if it was to their agent. I didn't know who it went to. And this is when we first started booking shows. And I can't remember. I can't remember. There was a word I used, like ain't or something like that. Like I used a really dumb fucking word while I was asking, like, hey,
Texas word.
A Texas word. And they sent me an email back saying, is this a joke? And that's all it said. And I was so embarrassed by it that I just didn't email them back, and I never brought it up again. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
So many tours I got made fun of because I say the word ain't and y'all, nowhere.
Y'all.
Right
It was y'all. That's
there.
what it was.
And people are like, what those aren't even real words. And it's like, lightly, those are words where
All words are made up. We made up all this shit.
It was
Y'all's
y'all,
been
though.
a word for fucking centuries. Get
Right, dude.
over it.
Because
Yeah.
I
those
think
fucking assholes from the Northeast who are like, you all, nah, bitch, fuck you.
I was like, we'd like to book y'all and da da da, and y'all could come down and da da da, and like it was a bunch of y'all, and they were just like, is this a fucking joke? And I was just, sorry.
I have to pee.
No.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Well,
Go on without him, then fuck it. Let's talk about the last thing. What was the last thing?
Last thing I think we're going to talk about is the Tyson fight. So I'm sure he's got some opinions.
Oh my!
Tyson fight. I mean, the fight where he could have uppercut him twice and ended his entire life,
Dude.
and he held back.
There's so
Or do
many
you want
clips.
to talk about buffering, or do you want to talk about Mike Tyson's ass? Which one do you want to talk about? Because none of it fucking
here's-
matters.
First off, right out the gate, like if you didn't think that this was a setup fight, then you were fooling yourself.
Tyson made 20 mil, bro. Like it was
Yeah,
a setup. Fight.
This was a money grab. They're all money grabs. That's all they are. These are not real fights. So if you thought that this was going to be a real fight, did I want Mike Tyson to go out there in the first round and just knock his fucking head off? Absolutely I did. But that's not what was going to happen. They wanted to drag this out for 8 rounds, get the most views as possible to make the most money as possible. And so the fact that there's like videos of like, oh, Mike Tyson was pulling his punches. Of course he was. Yes, that all happened. Like it's not up for debate. It's not even. You shouldn't even be surprised by it.
It's ludicrous.
What did y'all think? Did y'all watch the entire thing? Did y'all watch the other?
I
3
didn't watch
fights?
any of it.
Oh.
Because I turned it on and it buffered for like 2 minutes, and I was like, all right, I'm cool. I'm done.
I watched.
That's really how it went. I was like, nah, I'm cool.
The other 3 fights were pretty good. The first one was like 2 influencers, or one was an influencer. Like it was still a really good fight. Like the second one. So the second one was funny because there was a guy that was like 3 or 4 inches shorter than the other guy, and the commentary was like, "Oh yeah, this would be a good fight if they were the same size, but he's just too small." And the littler dude was whooping the tall dude's ass the whole time, but they just kept like painting this picture of like, "Oh yeah, he's just short and small." And it's like, dude,
They just didn't take into consideration that short man fucking angry mode. You know what I mean? Like they're like,
Shout
"Oh,
out
I'm
Mikey.
so-"
Shout out Mikey.
He's like, I'm so fucking mad at
Berserk.
everybody, dude. It's like no one has ever said anything about his height, and he's like, shut up! I hate you. I'm not short.
and then the women's those 2 women.
woman fight.
Whoa.
Some of that shit was brutal, bro.
Dude.
Yeah, fucking, that one was.
Oh,
nuts. I saw some,
that chick
I saw
got
some
her
stills
eye.
from that one.
Her eye was busted open. I was like,
Dude,
what am I
It
looking
was
at?
cool.
you could see her
Like-
skull. It was great.
Like- Really, if I was fucking whoever it was that fought him, the Paul brother or whatever, I'd be like, oh, cool. I beat a boxer 30 years out of his prime. So
Yeah.
cool.
What I want to
Come on,
see is
man.
some cryptid boxing matches, okay? I want to see Paul Bunyan versus the Slender Man or some shit.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, he
I don't
is.
even know what that is.
He's a
but
tall
I would
tale.
watch that.
He's not a
He's a
cryptid.
tall-
He's a tall tale.
He's tall tail, bitch.
I want to see Paul Bunyan versus
All right.
Sasquatch.
Tall tales versus cryptid. Okay.
yeah, dude. I want to see the Loch Ness Monster
Ness-
versus Mother Goose.
versus
Nessie Mothers versus Mother Goose. Live from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah. Who will steal the golden egg? Golden egg
Rumpelstiltskin.
match.
And that fight was a waste of time. Such a waste of
Think
time.
we could get the big
Absolutely.
blue ox in on it too?
Babe?
I'd fuck with the
Babe?
big blue ox.
I fuck with Babe.
Yeah, dude.
I'll bet-
Honestly,
no,
if
doesn't
if,
want a blue ox.
If Paul Bunyan was in Mortal Kombat, his animality would be Babe. Is it Babe?
Fire, dude.
Babe, the big blue eye.
Anyways.
We need Mark Henry versus Paul Bunyan. That
There
would
we
be
go.
Oh, dude.
The showdown of the
Henry.
century.
Sexual chocolate, baby. Hell yeah.
Huh.
Hell yeah.
Did y'all see that there's one guy that is suing Netflix?
Oh yeah.
Well, for breach of
Genius.
Yeah.
Genius.
Genius.
Yeah.
Get that money. Get your money, dude. You
Oh,
deserve
that's
it.
the wrong article. That's about Viagra or something.
Whoa.
Where did the other article go?
Yeah.
I lost
Forgot to
it.
close your tabs there, bud.
Whoopsies.
Oh, where it changed my
Fucking
goddamn
Toby's
article.
Toby's on a class action lawsuit with Viagra, dude. He's pissed off, dude.
I'm so hard all the
went from-
time.
Went from big blue ox to big blue chewable
Big blue
pill.
cock.
Here we go. Here we go. Netflix hit with $50 million class action lawsuit over Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight streaming glitches.
This is not what I signed up for. Can you just imagine the assertiveness of some of these people that sue for like these weird fucking dumb shits? And they're like, I guess legally this probably would work out.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
Florida man
Yeah.
too. It's a
They're
Florida man.
similar.
Well,
they're
I
similar
mean-
to the Twitter warriors that fucking freak out about everything too. It's the same thing. They're the same people.
Ronald
Same
Blue Denton.
Karens. What a name.
Yeah, but at least the people that sue, like, they're doing it to make money. They're
Right.
not doing it because they care.
Yeah.
They're doing it because they want to make money.
Yeah.
And I kind of
and also-
I kind of fuck with that.
Yeah, and they also do things to where like you just hear about it one day in a news article, and that's all you ever hear about it. You know what I mean?
They're not annoying as fuck about it.
Yeah. They're like, Florida man wins $2 million because
It's like-
he hated the Netflix presentation.
It's like people who steal from Walmart. It's like, I don't. Good
Yeah.
for you. Yeah. Fuck Walmart. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah,
that fight,
guys.
that fight was stupid. Fuck it.
Trash.
I mean,
Jake
we need
Paul.
to see celebrity deathmatch in real life.
Let's bring that. Let's bring that back. I'll
I was
watch
fine
that.
with the claymation. Just bring the claymation back. That was so good.
Like we
Or
could-
just celebrity boxing.
yeah.
See,
I mean,
I'd do
yeah,
that. Cool.
that would be good
They
with
used
that
to
too.
do. They used to do celebrity boxing.
I want them to beat the shit out of
Bring
each
that
other.
shit back.
For real.
Yeah, dude. Where everyone likes an idol, there's someone that wants to see him get punched. You know what I mean? like, hey, I love Justin Bieber, especially when I get to watch him get punched in the face. That'd be
yeah.
great.
Well, this is the thing about Jake Paul. Like, he's getting a little too big for his britches, and now he thinks he's an actual boxer. And there are legitimate boxers, like I think it's the undisputed lightweight
Smoke
WBC
'em.
champion. Like,
Would smoke
has
'em.
been in a Twitter war with Jake Paul. Like, let's fucking go. An actual boxer. And Jake Paul thinks he's like gonna win that fight,
Dude, no.
and he's
no.
gonna get his ass handed to him.
unless.
And
he's
I want
like,
to
"Yo,
see
let's
that.
throw
I
some-"
want to see that.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Me too, because that dude, he's fighting people that don't matter. Come on,
Right.
my man. Like, it's somebody who is actually like I don't keep up with the boxing world anymore, but fight somebody who's like important in the boxing world. Let's
Well,
let
just
these
fight an
guys
actual
that-
boxer.
Yeah. He wouldn't have fought Tyson 30 years ago.
Absolutely not.
Oh, damn. Tyson would have ate him for dinner.
Literally. Literally.
Yeah.
Would have ate both ears.
So here's one thing that I found so bizarre at the end of the fight. Well, like, because I didn't really notice like the pulling the punches until like you started seeing all the replays and stuff. But there's a part at the very end where they're interviewing him and stuff, and they ask, well, who would you fight next? Because he says he wants to fight again Tyson, and someone made a joke about, are you fighting Logan next or something? And they put the mic in front of Logan Paul, and he goes, Mike, I'd fucking kill you. I feel like old Mike Tyson would have fucking strangled his ass right there for
Right
being
then and there, yeah.
disrespectful and saying it like that, even if they're
He would've
friends.
fucking fucked
Absolutely.
him till he loved them.
Yeah.
I just don't think that like I mean that's how you're all in on the deal and you're all friends and like because I think he would have just fucking murdered that dude for just saying something like that, like being
Yeah, dude.
disrespectful.
I mean, back in the day, like
Absolutely.
you know what I was just referencing, he literally told someone that he's gonna fuck them until he loved them, like at a press conference because some guy was in the crowd talking shit. And
Yeah.
you're just like, whoa, Mike, slow down. You're scaring my kids. Like,
Oh, dude. I never got to watch
Yeah.
him fight in his prime, but my dad was really into boxing, so like he told me a lot about it, and there's not many people that are better than.
oh yeah, dude. I remember whenever I was a kid, we got a couple of the pay-per-views or went to like my dad's friend's bar to watch, the pay-per-views, and he was like destroying motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah.
He would like knock people out in the first round and shit, dude.
Absolutely. He was the Michael Jordan of boxing
Yeah.
for a long time.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
He's the
Wasn't
goat.
even close.
He is
He got
the
the video
goat.
games. He got the video games named after him. He got the sponsorships.
Yeah.
Like, it was Mike Tyson for
Yeah.
a long time.
Well, I mean, imagine though. Like,
Like,
imagine but that's also like the difference in like our society. Like back then, you could literally have a night out where you're going to like a bar that's showing the fight, and you're sitting through all of the fights beforehand. You're having a good time. The family's there, and then Mike Tyson knocks the dude out in the first round, and everybody's like, "Hell, motherfucker, yes!" Like no one's like, oh man, like that could have lasted longer. I could have got more bang for my buck. Everybody was like, damn, that was worth it.
You sat at Hooters for 3 hours. You got your money.
I remember there was one fight where like everyone flipped out about the fight and they were so excited about it. Then it was seriously like first 25, 30 seconds into the fight, Tyson just knocked the dude out, and it was like, what the fuck? We all just spent $65 on this pay-per-view, and it's over
honestly,
in like 30 seconds.
I don't understand why people
like 200.
I don't understand why people get mad about that. I really don't.
Well, I don't
Like,
either. What do you
That's
expect?
what you
It's
want to
awesome.
see.
Yeah.
You want to see violence. You're paying
Yeah.
$65 to see violence.
to see someone
It's
get
like-
wrecked.
Good. It's like
Yeah.
when you pay to go to a
Somebody's
fireworks
jawbone
show.
hanging off. Yeah.
And if Mike Tyson knocks you out in 30 seconds, I fucking love that shit.
That $65
I don't
well
care.
spent.
Yeah, well
just took a
spent.
punch from Mike Tyson.
Well spent.
Hey, speaking of, did y'all notice? Well, if y'all didn't watch it, when Jake Paul came out in his fucking car and stuff, they played "In the Air Tonight." Like,
Oh yeah.
Well, they, that's what he does in The Hangover. Like he does the
yeah.
part, and I just thought like, oh, he's gonna like
Plot.
he's making fun of him. He's making fun of him because why would you go to the ring to that song? Like that's the only reason you could be doing it, right?
It's ludicrous.
It's ludicrous.
He was trolling them for sure.
But then Mike Tyson didn't do anything about. I don't know. That's
Yeah, he
Mike
didn't.
Tyson, he knew what
It was
he
a payday.
was there to do.
It's a payday.
Was getting.
yeah.
He was like, man, if I break this dude's face, I'm not gonna get that 20 mil. So I gotta be cool here.
Let's get a sponsorship from Lunchables.
Feastables.
Feastables.
Yeah.
Feastable.
Feastables.
It's
Anyway.
feasible.
What else is on the docket? Are we done? We
Are we done
anything
here?
else?
I mean, the only
Got
thing
anything else?
the only thing I had pulled up was that that band that none of us have heard of called Annalyn. The vocalist admitted to faking cancer for money, and the band has gone on
Annalyn?
hiatus.
Like sheep's wool.
Damn, done.
Annalyn?
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Damn,
So,
dude.
They wrote a big
That's
statement
crazy.
about how
Thanks,
sorry
man.
they
Crazy.
are.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I don't-
that's-
What's the
First
name of
off,
your
I don't
band? Fucking Ripoff? The Ripoff?
Who gives a fuck?
yeah.
the Con Man?
Now-
Hey, you know
now
that
I
band, The
don't-
Con Man? They were faking
I don't
cancer.
want to sound rude, but now I kind of hope the singer gets cancer.
Damn, son.
Jesus.
I mean, that's
That's
fair.
karma.
That's
That
called-
Isn't that
fair.
fair?
karma,
That's
baby.
fair.
That's
Yeah.
called
Right.
Isn't
karma.
that fair? Like I don't
Absolutely.
because I've had friends and family pass away from cancer, and I kind of find that offensive to fake You're still not even popular or big. Come on, man. You fake cancer for what?
But how
Come
does
on.
that even help your career?
Doesn't.
I guess they did a GoFundMe or something and used the money for some shit.
Yeah, it doesn't really say.
I got you guys. I don't have cancer.
JK, we just wanted to record a
I
record.
just wanted a jet ski. Hell yeah.
Vinyls are
Got that jet ski.
expensive.
Vinyls are expensive, bro. You wanted those hoodies. This is how we have to get them.
Hell yeah. First you get the jet skis.
know what?
Then you make the album because you're happy, I guess. And then you get the hoodies.
Real talk, though. Fuck that band.
So
that
I guess
fucking
this
band.
the campaign started like July 9th.
Put them on the tour with Attila. Fucking-
Yeah, dog.
Oh, they are a good
Fuck
opener for 'em.
I wouldn't doubt it if Franz puts them on the tour now.
Fuck it.
They had a
Hell, thanks,
T-shirt.
bro.
Here's the GoFundMe link. Let's see if it. I think it's a dead link. Oh, maybe it's because this thing's in the way.
Oh, did he die?
No, the link did. Yep,
Okay.
it's the fundraiser not found. Damn.
Hey, it's similar to his cancer.
It's just pictures of jet skis.
Dude, I don't wish. I mean, I do say some horrible things, but I kind of hope that dude gets cancer now.
Yeah.
That's not a cool thing to fake. Like if he was like, I broke my arm. Okay, whatever. You faked breaking your arm, but you like faked a very fucked up disease that people have lost lots of other people too. Like, kind of an asshole. Kind of a fucking prick, man. So
It's a dick move for sure.
Yeah, it
that's
is. Dick.
super dick
100%.
move.
What if he just got
100%
like? What if
dick
he just
move.
got herpes instead? How about
No, I'm with Fuzz. I want him to get cancer.
Dude, I don't want it to be like I want it to be like he has to get chemo, he loses his hair, he kind of withers away, but comes back from it. No, he bounces back, but he has to suffer for about 6 months before he comes back from it. And it's like now you see why it's not okay to say shit like that. Right? Okay.
Right.
You know? That's
Hell
fucked
yeah.
up. But, is his name in the article, Toby, by chance?
I think it was. Let me see. It was announced at Nathaphone? Nathaphone line. Look at this. What is this fucking name?
Oh,
Nathaphone?
Nathan-
N-A-T-H.
Nathan-
Hold on. You guys read that. Tell me what that says. Nathaphone?
Natathon.
Nathaphone?
not the
No,
font.
I'm not even going to try to say that last
Mom?
name.
On
Not the font.
All right, how about Bond?
Bond.
Let's just go with Bond.
Bond.
Fuck you,
Ty. He's
Bond.
Ty.
Thai metalcore
Mike,
band.
how could you have not read that, dude?
Dude, it's a Thai metalcore band. That's crazy.
He's probably your cousin, bro.
Oh,
Wow,
shit, dude.
dude.
That's your family, son.
Oh, dude. Well, hey, Bond.
Talk to your boy. Hey, Mike, talk to your boy.
Talk to your
talk
Talk
to
to
your
your boy.
Yo,
What is
Bond. What the fuck you doing over there, Bond?
Yo, Bond. Fuck you. Shit. I kind of hope you get cancer now for being a fucking asshole. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's not cool to fake cancer. Fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did y'all
Not
ever
cool.
did y'all ever watch that show called Sick Note? It had the kid that played Ron from Harry Potter. He's not.
Oh
a kid.
yes, it was a pretty interesting show.
It was. He fakes cancer because he's like his girlfriend's about to kick him out of his house, and like because he's just a fucking bum that plays video games all day, and she's like, "We're done," and he's like, "I have cancer," and like he has to fake this cancer. Or no, the doctor tells him he has cancer, so he starts like using it as his excuse for everything, and everyone's being nice to him, and the doctor's like, "Oh, I got your results mixed up," and then he's like, "I can't go back and tell her that I don't have cancer now," so it's pretty good. If you want a funny story about faking cancer instead of a piece of crap.
Fuck you,
Oh,
Bond.
Ronald Weasley. Those
You, Bond.
Weasley boys. Bond.
Fuck you, dude.
All right, well, we got nothing left, guys. You know, thanks for watching. We got people in the chat still. Say what's up. Hey, everybody, put your nickname in the chat. I want to see what kind of nicknames we got in here. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Nick, it was awesome that you were in the chat today, dude. I hope you're still in. Out. You're a wonderful human.
Nick's a good guy. When we doing that corn cover together, dog? Nick. Fuzz, you want to play drums on that?
Every time.
Anyways, it's been a good time. Hey, do you guys want to do the Linkin Park album tier list?
I'm down.
Trying to
with
do
it.
that?
I've been
Next
listening.
week.
I've been listening.
All right.
Next week.
Maybe
Well,
not.
next week is Thanksgiving.
Next week's
we can't do
Thanksgiving.
next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
After
next-
Thanksgiving.
Let's the week after.
Yeah. The week after
go-
Thanksgiving, we'll
How
do.
about how about
Linkin
this?
Park tier list.
How about we do songs? How about we do the song
Oh.
tier list? Because the albums, like I said, there's only 2 of them. So I want to.
There's 3.
I don't know. I feel like
I would-
there's 3.5.
Actually, if you
okay, you
really,
guys are
if we
losing
really
me.
went deep, dude, if we went deep as fuck, though, there's so many albums because there's like Live in Texas.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
the remix album.
Okay,
There's like
okay,
the other
okay,
remix
okay.
album. There's like,
If that's what you want to do, I'm cool with that. But I feel like we should do songs.
I just want a reason to talk, badly
Okay.
about some of those
I'm
bad
in.
albums.
I think
Linkin
it'd be
Park
want
really
tier
to
list.
give it a shot. Go ahead.
The
What'd
Park
you say,
tier
Rabbit?
list.
I would think it'd be kind of like really hard to rank songs
I
Yeah,
know.
that's kind of true.
because
too.
they're all going to be S tier.
Here's the thing. When,
They are going to be S tier. You're
It's
right.
going to be S
It's-
tier or nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nothing, Yeah, no, for real. So let's do records. We'll include the live albums, remix albums. Let's
But we
do
can
all that.
shout
I'm cool
out
with
our
that.
favorite songs on the record.
Yes, we can. Let's
I-
We can pick the banger.
every
think-
song off the first 2 records.
we can only have
Every
like
single
if
song.
we're doing all of them, like the live albums and everything, we can't have everything line up in the S tier. Like we can only limit it to
Nah,
like
let's
2.
No, let's just do
No, if we do every
Studio
album, there
album.
won't be everything won't be in the S tier.
every studio album.
Studio album.
Right.
Okay, I'm
'Cause,
good with that.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if you want to count Reanimated, we'd have to go to the other remix albums too, because there is a couple other remix albums also.
Also hidden tracks too, like My December and stuff like that on album. Like there's B-sides records that they put out too.
This is my
Oh, like if-
December.
I'm in. We'll get the details down later, but I'm so in on that. That'll be a hoot.
Beautiful voice.
That's-
Debbie. Where did you? Where
Was
have you been
there-
hiding that?
Was
singing
that the
voice
saddest
this whole
little
time?
mouse? Was that Fievel?
Bible goes emo.
I just heard little dude. My fuck dude
Fucking
was
Bible.
beautiful. Like it can happen some more, dude. Let's hear it some more.
Yeah. Well, hey, when we do this, I'll give you more of that.
All right, I want to hear it. I want to hear all of it, dude.
Toby, maybe we could find a day to do a reaction session again.
Yep,
I
yep.
think I'm off. I think Monday would work for me if that's cool with you.
I can
But-
probably hop on that too, unless Allie's out of town or my niece is coming to town. So just hit me up. I'm totally down for reaction.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but first week of December we will be live. I'm yet to. Right now it's still on Thursdays. But my schedule might change. I'm not sure. I'm kind of just going with the flow. And if that happens, maybe I could talk to Rabbit about the change too. But as of right now, I mean, it would probably be like Monday or Tuesday. So I don't know. I don't know if you.
Could-
I think you're
I
off.
could probably change. Mine.
Okay. All right. Well,
Let's
yeah,
not talk
as of
about
right
it
now-
here. Let's just
Yeah,
figure it
yeah,
out.
yeah. As of right now, next
not
or the
important.
first week of December, we got that Linkin Park studio album tier list we're gonna bust out. So I know that we're deep in the heart of Linkin Park taking over the internet territory, whether you like it or not. There's so many people that are just like, it's trash. Like I saw somebody that was like, hey, this new Linkin Park is crazy. It's definitely gonna sell like 100K copies. And they were like, I saw a comment that was like, huh, that's ridiculous. No one buys music anymore. That's such a low number. And then it's like, yeah, but also 300 million downloads. So, and then the person's like, oh, well, it's trash anyways. I'm like, shit.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
anyways,
You're
anyways.
fucking
Shut
idiot.
up.
Let's give all the Linkin Park talk for that week. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
And Toby,
Hell
we
yeah.
will be doing it in your December. Oh,
Yeah.
This is my December.
dude. And that's where we end it.
I like that song. I don't
Wow,
know.
Wow, dude.
Beautiful.
Five
It's like a mix of
Five-
Fergie
five-
and Jesus.
goes E.
Five goes emo. Yeah.
I just got a
All right.
cramp in my. I just got a cramp in my leg. That's why I jumped. God, we got to end this. I'm fucking dying
Toby.
right now.
Toby.
Cut the show.
Toby, tell them about your
Done.
podcast.
Yes. So I do a retro video game review show called the Secret Levels Podcast. We go over one game per episode. We go over the history, the story, the gameplay, some fun facts, and we let you know, is it still worth playing? You can catch me on Twitch, streaming these games at twitch.tv/TobyVonDoom. And from here on out till January, some of the streams are going to be to benefit a charity organization that we're doing. We're teaming up with another podcast called The Game Marks, and we're doing Gameboree 2024. And so every time I stream, well, not every time, most of the streams, there will be challenges that I'll be doing throughout the month. Like if you donate $50, you get to pick a game for us to review on the show. $20 makes me take a shot. There's a bunch of different things that'll be there. I ate a bunch of gross Bean Boozled bullshit the other day. So gross. So come check out the stream on Tuesdays and make me donate something and make me do something stupid. Anyway.
Nice.
Hey, Toby, were you upset whenever you beat Mario 2 and you realized it was all Mario's dream?
It was all just a.
You know what? Super Mario 2, Birdo, Horse the Band. It's all connected. See, we're back to Horse the Band.
Full circle. Full
Let's
circle.
go eat
It's
your
an
eggs.
baby.
dream, really.
What's up,
Hey.
nerds? Buzz, you got this one.
Hey guys, Rabbit and I are in a band. It's called Terminated. No, we haven't put anything new out. No, we don't have any shows coming up. But we have started writing new music. So go check us out. Whatever. Hopefully soon. I keep saying that every time. But hopefully soon we'll put something new out. But check it out in the meantime. Tell us what you think. It's pretty sick.
Can I do a crossover and we cover My December?
Oh, I'm in. I'm fucking in, Tobe.
I got you, dude.
I'm in.
My name is Michael, aka Rickshaw, and you've been nerding out with Rickshaw. And if you like what you see here, then you should go add us up on all the other, social medias. And we also do a reaction show where we watch a lot of metal videos over at the Twitch channel, Nerding Out with Rickshaw. Over there, yes, we do. I think we're doing one. We're gonna do every other week. So 2 shows a week will be like this, where we gather news and talk about music and pop culture and shit like that. And then the other 2 a week, we're gonna do a reaction show on Twitch, and we'll watch some metal videos. So if you want to add us up on Twitch and check us out on there, we're also gonna upload those reactions to YouTube, so you'll still see it either way if you want to add us up on the YouTubes. I'm also in a band called Never Rest. We are working on an EP right now, probably around February or something. We might be releasing that. It's still up in the air right now, but it's 5 really fun songs. But thank you, everyone, for supporting. Where'd Rabbit go? He's gone. He disappeared.
Rabbit's done.
He's donezo. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out, and thanks for hanging out in the chat, and thanks, Biss, for telling me that your nickname is Biss. I want to know more nicknames when we get to the future. Whenever we're talking about nicknames, I'm not talking about Nick. You know what I'm saying, guys? All right. Well, we'll see you later, nerds.